Hello guys, Unknown Game here, and today we're going to be doing a review of Dayz on the Xbox One. If you do not know what Dayz is, it started off as a PC mod for Armour 3, I think. Armour 3 or Armour, I don't know. If you guys could correct me on that. It started off as a mod and it got very, very popular. The mod had many errors, with its launch. It wasn't the best experience, it was still very clunky back then. And obviously it got very popular because like Frankie and other YouTubers who you may know who were or still are part of the Dayz community. And if you know the second version of Dayz, which is called Dayz Standalone, it's basically a ramped up version of the mod. Well, I personally think it's more of a downgrade, to be honest with you. But it's more of a, it has many changes in a new engine. There's many new things that have been added and not added and all that stuff. The graphics have changed. I'll put up a picture on screen and what it used to look like. I don't know who the guy is in this picture, who took it. I don't know. Hopefully, you guys could tell me in the comment section. Anyway, I mean, you see, obviously Dayz standalone has, ramped up graphics, but obviously people have problems with it. Let's not talk about the history now. We're gonna just start talking about the Xbox and feel like I'm getting too over myself here. So Dayz on Xbox. First, what I want to talk about is the graphics. The graphics are pretty spot on, really. It's pretty, it's kind of in the middle. It's still good. Like indoors looks a bit rubbish, but when you look outside, it looks fucking beautiful with the scenery and all that stuff, and the render distance as well is fucking phenomenal. And there's also like weather and everything. I don't know if there's day and night cycle. I mean, I haven't even seen it go night yet, which apparently is supposed to be like pitch black and everything, and it's supposed to look very authentic. But I don't know if you guys experienced that in Dayz on Xbox. Please tell me in the comment section. But there's many things in this game that I have a problem with, like the glitches. The glitches are very, they're very, they don't bother me, but they do bother you once they happen. Like the hip of you see the hip on the screen, and sometimes it doesn't align with the gun for some reason. So sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. It's just one of those things. It's still in preview. I think it's a beta or something like that now, which is kind of bizarre because it's been in. I think it's been in like alpha for nearly 2 years. I think, which is kind of odd. Other than that, the game does run great. It does run phenomenally, honestly. It runs perfectly. It even runs better than PUBG, which I thought it was going to run like PUBG, but it runs. Basically, the lag that you probably see here is just basically nothing compared to PUBG. I mean, PUBG is just. Obviously, they're both different games. Obviously, one's a battle royale, and one's like a zombie survival type game with like real life plays. It's still technically kind of the same premise, but obviously completely different, engine and all that stuff. And it just runs very well. The weapons work well. The only thing that I hate is the inventory UI. The inventory UI is just fucking ugly for consoles. If you're on PC, the PC version of this game, you're probably going to be fine. But the menus are hard to get used to. Sometimes you find yourself pressing random buttons for things to work, and it can be hard to get used to. But you'll get used to it over time, which I did. And there's finding supplies and all that stuff is obviously very difficult. That's pretty much part of the experience. Sometimes you die a lot. Sometimes you might be looking, spawning a place that hasn't been looted at all. Sorry about that ding. Anyway, and it's like when you should find a gun, it feels precious to you. You just want to hold it in your hands dearly. It has that feeling that I really like, and it also is quite relaxing. Just running across the fields and basically having a chill time, listening to the birds chirping, and basically having a nice relaxing time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just basically running around. Hopefully you find a place to loot at and stroll on. And the other things as well is like player interactivity. I have interacted with like 2 or 3 players. One player who was my first ever interaction had no mic, but I was able to communicate with the hand gestures that you have in the game, which is, I mean, this is the problem with console because a lot of people don't have mics, or either there's terrible mics. My second interaction is with 2 people. One who was obviously a fresh spawn, and one had a gun on him. And obviously, I was a fresh spawn too, so I tried to talk him out of shooting us. Obviously, it worked, but obviously he didn't even speak a word of English at all. So that was one interaction that was random enough, and he just ran away. He probably had no ammo in the gun in the first place. I just didn't want to risk it at the time. And me and the guy who didn't have a mic just looked at each other and then just part ways. It's just interactions like that. Even though they're small, it's fun at the same time. You still have a bit of a rush from it. It still has a lot of things to do. But it does get boring pretty fast. I mean, if you're the type of guy who likes action a lot, good luck. I mean, you're going to be running for the half of your time. I mean, the best thing is, like, once you hear gunshots and you're like, shall I go towards them? Shall I try and meet a player? Or shall I just run? Which I usually run. And it's just entertaining, but then most of the game is just you running on in the fields, or just running on the road. Hopefully you get interaction of somebody. The zombies are very weird. They're just very tricky to handle, I guess. I mean, it's not bad. It's just really very annoying to attack. Sometimes they don't feel like they're even hitting you at all. You don't feel an effect at all. You don't realise you're even getting a hit. Which I hope they do fix at some point, because I don't feel like sometimes, once I've, killed that zombie, then I'm bleeding out or something like that, and that usually happens. But obviously, I know when I'm getting hit. The combat's really good though. I do agree with something like it's very good. You have to walk backwards to block with, your axe or whatever you're holding. The combat, the melee is solid. And other than that, the game is okay. Okay, it just needs more updates to get like cars and base building, and hopefully like more server variety, like roleplay servers, or they fit many different play styles. This game only fits like one play style, is like loot for like an hour and a half and just survive. That's the only play style it is. There's no roleplay. There's nothing. There's nothing like that. And hopefully, once they bring base building and bring like cars to the game and everything, and hopefully people will have their own made servers which will support those people who want roleplay experiences or fast-paced experiences. Other than that, the game's good. It was pretty good. It's pretty solid. I mean, the game runs well, and I recommend you should buy it. Just they do have a free trial on first though, so you just recommend going to that. They do have a free trial, which I did as well. Sadly, it only puts you in like a separate little server. I didn't really interact with anyone in that trial, because you only had 60 minutes, and you need more than 60 minutes to interact with people. So, yeah, guys, that's my review of Dayz on the Xbox One, and yeah, I find it pretty good. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, and hope you like, comment, subscribe or hit that notification bell. Just get, upload, get those notifications from me and shit. And I'll see you in the next video.